Ladies and gentlemen, former President Donald Trump had the right to voice his viewpoints. He never worked as an operative of another country, yet that's all we heard for we're still hearing that in some variation. But they accused him of something he didn't do. It was categorically false. There were lies leveled at him by everybody from CNN, MSNBC, The Atlantic, The Times, Washington Post, routinely, daily. People had to resign. There were numerous examples. Actors pretended that there was that Trump was a part of the reason that he was confronted by two people, and that turned out to be a big hoax. And so they're going after him in New York. They can't stand him. Then Georgia. January wasn't. We had the committee in January, Kinzinger crying. Well, they couldn't find any indictment, or they couldn't indict Trump. He didn't do any of the things that they claimed he did. If he was the embodiment of criminality, it's been 7-8 years now since 2015. Why haven't they indicted the man? Surely they've been lying through their teeth. They've been making claims that were baseless, and the proof is in the pudding. They haven't indicted or charged Trump. Now, the interesting thing is, when Trump makes a claim that cannot be proven, it is the end of the known universe. And of course, then Fox News is sued by a corporation. Now, the interesting thing with Democrats and media and Hollywood and Jimmy Kimmel is that they will go after Trump, but they will do so in a way like BuzzFeed will publish the Steele dossier. It's completely fabricated, full of lies, but the government utilized it. So BuzzFeed will get out of a libel suit saying, well, the government, it was a government document. Technically, it was. And so specific claims were made about a corporation that were not true. Those claims, or couldn't be proven. Those claims are now being leveled at Fox News. You see what happens? So the entire media now, and it's a $1.6 billion lawsuit, and Rupert Murdoch is now turning on Trump saying, oh yeah, he almost certainly committed a crime. Okay, the problem is that Fox is caught between a rock and a hard place. They can't report on Trump in the manner that CNN and MSNBC report on Biden, which will eventually hurt their ratings, because Trump doesn't care. He's going to say what he wants to say, and that's a beautiful thing about him. A lot of the times, most of the criticism towards Trump is his personality. They call him a narcissist, but the same people who call him a narcissist have no problem that the United States government is going after him based on purely baseless claims. Oh, he was impeached on the belief that he pressured a foreign government, but he never did so. That government eventually got the military assistance, and the leader, the president of that country, stated Trump never did that. And then if he was invaded, that country was invaded under Biden's watch. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. I'm going to get into the philosophy, the bird's eye view of this $1.6 billion lawsuit that Fox News could lose. Now, they might survive. They probably will survive a $1.6 billion hit, but it could send them to bankruptcy. That's possible. They make, I think, around $500 million a year in profit, so they probably will survive. But who knows? Who knows? There could be other lawsuits that come after the Dominion case. The issue with this case is the following, okay? A specific corporation statements were made about a specific corporation, okay? A specific corporation. That's how Democrats circumvent any legal. They don't make specific claims about a corporation. They make absurd allegations about Trump, and they get away with it. And if there are baseless claims made about Trump, you better believe oftentimes the government is involved as well. And then those who make the baseless claims can simply say, hey, you know what? The government was. So BuzzFeed got out of a libel suit, and it's now almost gospel to many journalists and people on the left or Democrats that you know who interfered in 2016 to help Trump. These are the same people who say, why can't Trump simply accept? They have never truly acknowledged that Trump defeated Clinton in a fair and square manner. They've never truly acknowledged that. But here, newly fired Fox News producer seeks to recant. Okay, so fired Fox News producer said she'd testify against the network in $1.6 billion lawsuit. Here are the Fox News stars this corporation wants to put on the witness stand. And so Trump it's not actually his fault, but he could possibly send Fox News to bankruptcy. All they had to do, ladies and gentlemen, is say, look, these are not the views of the network. These are the views of specific guests, and they would be fine. Okay? But they didn't do that. Now, you have MSNBC routinely lying about Trump, from everything about tax returns to him working as an operative of the Kremlin. I mean, almost every story about Trump is sensationalized, pure nonsense. He's going to devour democracy, all of that stuff. Freedom of speech, apparently, only works for Democrats. And when they make baseless claims about Trump, they're not... I believe Trump tried to sue MSNBC, tried to sue CNN, and I forgot this. He's had so many lawsuits against people who've gone after him. They've been thrown out of court because he couldn't find. It's impossible for people it's impossible for a judge, let's say, to look at an investigation into Trump based on a dossier that Clinton purchased and determine that it was biased there. Well, the judges look at the U.S. government and they say, well, the government did it, so it's not that bad. It can't be bad if the government does it. When Trump sues individuals like Clinton and Comey and others, the Honorable James Comey and others, he says, look, they went after me. Everybody knows they went after him, but it's the U.S. government going, and so there's a national security element. What Democrats have done, and never Trumpers, that they've redefined national security as stopping Trump. That's why they can get away with an absurd document like the Steele dossier. That's why media can go ahead and report on these absurd, baseless lies about Trump and get away with it. Fox News doesn't have that luxury. I guess that's my point that I'm trying to get to. Fox News doesn't have that luxury, okay? And the interesting thing is that here you have statements that were not backed up by fact from certain guests on Fox. Now, certain guests on MSNBC and CNN routinely make absurd statements about Trump that are categorically false all the time, and hosts as well. They accuse Trump of tax fraud, criminality, being an operative of another country, all of this, pressuring this. None of it held. They despise him, so they'll accuse him of everything because they think he's capable of everything. Meanwhile, you have Hunter and Joe and Hillary who did commit crimes, and I think Hillary Clinton will be the 24 nominee. I really do. And if she wins Arizona and Georgia, she'll become president. But he's going to Trump is almost like inadvertently sending them to bankruptcy or close to bankruptcy because they lose $1.6 billion, and they could very well lose this. And maybe on appeal it'll be thrown out because the lawsuit is essentially, the network knew the claims were false and therefore they were trying to destroy this company. It's like, no. Networks routinely know that, like, for example, James O'Keefe, when he was with Project Veritas, had videos of CNN producers and people who worked at CNN saying, yeah, we know that. They knew very well that the whole Trump-Russia thing was complete nonsense. But they still devoted thousands upon thousands of hours to it. But Trump can't sue CNN because that apparently is protected under the First Amendment. Accusing Trump of being a Russian operative is protected under the First Amendment. The tricky part is specific claims were made about a corporation that were false or that couldn't be proven. So we'll see what happens with this lawsuit. But Rupert Murdoch turning on Trump, I don't think it's going to help him. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. Thank